as a new day begins. And while the investigation at the eye of the swamp continues, Craig Tester, Alex Lagina, and Oak Island historian Charles Barkhouse have traveled some 50 miles northeast of Oak Island to St. Mary's University in the city of Halifax.
Knock, knock.
Hey.
How you doing? Good to see you again.
Dr. Brousseau?
Hey.
They have arranged for Dr. Krista Brousseau, an associate professor of chemistry, to scientifically analyze the possible 18th century iron spikes that were found in the uplands earlier this week. If these spikes can be dated to a time before the Money Pit's discovery in 1795, they could not only offer important evidence that the team is close to locating the main flood tunnel connected to the fabled treasure shaft, they could also offer evidence of who built the elaborate Money Pit treasure vault and when.
Hi, Sean.
Oh, hello, hello.
Working with her colleague, Dr. Sean Yang, Dr. Brousseau will examine the spikes using a high-powered scanning electron microscope, capable of magnifying objects up to 200,000 times their actual size. In addition, it can also help identify their chemical composition.
So I think I found a piece of the clean metal. We can do some chemical analysis. It looks nice and clean. A little bit of phosphor, yeah.
We see a little bit of phosphorus here. I think this is the first time we've seen phosphorus in an iron object, though.
Oh, wow.
So it's typically called phosphoric iron. Early methods for making cast iron were not very good at removing phosphorus, and so you would see it all the time. It's a good indication that more likely pre-1840s.
That's really cool.
Commonly found in minerals, such as iron ore, phosphorus has a great effect on the durability of metal. Because high concentrations of it will cause iron and steel to become extremely brittle, the practice of extracting it for manufacturing purposes became common beginning in the mid-19th century.
We found a lot of searcher stuff. This is different, so maybe this is original.
Yeah, so, right. More modern manufacture of a spike wouldn't have used iron ore, it would have used phosphorus.
That's very interesting. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, it's really interesting. But this is a second spike. Basically the identical composition. So,
Okay.
So likely these two originated from the same batch of manufacture.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good news.
And so that may help you trace area of manufacture. Some places in the world where we have iron ore rich in phosphorus includes Britain and Northern Europe.
Oh, wow.
I get excited every time there's a new item, a new science that can advance our search. Is it French? Is it British? We don't know for sure. And we've got the potential to be original. And that would be huge. Well, we thank you for the information. It's great news. I mean, pushing it back as old as is, but, you know, it's science and it's the truth, so we'll pursue that, so.
Yeah, it's a little bit of more new information, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Metal detection expert Gary Drayton joins archaeologists Dr. Aaron Taylor, Liz Michaels, and Miriam Emerald on Lot 15, where they are continuing to investigate a recently discovered 130-foot-long earth and stone feature that has been dubbed the Serpent Mound due to its curious, snake-like shape.
Morning, guys.
Hey, Gary.
Hi.
Hiya. And looking forward to getting stuck in here.
2 weeks ago,
Ooh. I got charcoal.
Dr. Taylor discovered burned charcoal, offering evidence of significant human activity within the mound. But when Rick, Marty, and Craig had it carbon dated, the results were nothing short of astonishing.
That one had a date of 1320 to 1440.
Period.
What?
Wow.
It might be the Knights Templar. Do you want to give it a little?
Yeah, of course. Not detecting anything. Might be in that last bucket.
All right.
There's something around here. You've definitely got something substantial there. Oh yeah, that one's definitely there still. In my hand. Oh, that's interesting. I know it's away from the feature, but it is another one of those old-looking spikes.
Wow.
That's a square one. It looks quite old, and it had a specific use. We don't find many that come down to a point like this. That served a purpose.
Do you think that end might be broken? It's hard to say.
It was made that way, mate. It's hand forged though, but it could fall into that time frame of the other artifacts we've recovered in this area. I'd say easily 1700s. You can just look at the size of the nail and figure that maybe there was some kind of decking around here, because that looks like a deck nail to me.
A hand-forged spike discovered within the mysterious serpent-shaped mound, and potentially dating back to before the discovery of the money pit? Could it be another important clue that could help explain this feature's purpose and origin?
That's a great find, Gary.
And the more work we do on this feature, the more finds we're gonna recover.
I think you're right. All right, well, I'm gonna get back at it.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna let you do your jobs. Right, see you guys soon.
All right.
Cheers.
Hey, Terry, it looks like we got some wood here. Oh, yes.
A core drilling operation designed by Craig Tester continues in the hopes of tracking the path of a possible tunnel discovered in borehole OC1.
Is this something substantial? Well, it looks like it has all the appearance of a shaft in an area where we have no real record, so it's an unknown shaft. Okay.
Currently, the team is drilling borehole C9, where they have just discovered what appears to be a wooden shaft some 95 feet deep underground. The question now is, was it built by a previous searcher trying to reach the money pit, or could it be the original money pit itself?
Well, we got something pretty new and interesting here. We've got a solid section of shaft wall with shaft. This is unusual. A lot of wood there.
Hey, guys.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Wood.
Wood. Looks like this is a shaped piece. We've got a good section of shaft wall. This is a piece we hit at about, say, 95-ish feet. And you can see it's been shaped, and it was at 45 degrees to the run of the drill. So that says you're in some kind of an interesting support, some cross piece or something, I would say.
Let's do Dan Blankenship's test.
You have a bucket.
Right over here. One of the things that Dan Blankenship taught us, whenever we find wood at depth on Oak Island, you put it in water. If it sinks, it's old. If it floats, it's much newer. Here we go. Right to the bottom. That's been down there a long time.
Well, what is it?
Let's bring the next ones up.
Could it be possible that the Oak Island team has finally discovered the original money pit? If so, could it also mean that they are finally close to discovering what people have been searching for since 1795?
So that's the deepest part here with this one here. That's 108, 98 to 108. Pretty dense. Little chunks of wood in it.
Here's a good piece right here. Look at that piece.
Oh yeah, there's another angled piece.
Charles, you want to test that one?
Yeah.
Because the team feels certain that they may have obtained evidence of a potentially ancient structure, Charles Barkhouse is now checking the core sample with a handheld metal detector to see if they might have also recovered anything of value.
Got something here.
Yeah.
God, please be a coin. It's right here. Yeah.
That's an enigma.
We should call Gary, have him come down.
Hey, Gary.
How you doing, mate?
We've got an enigma here.
Yeah. So maybe you could try with your pinpointer, but it was right in here.
Okay, mate. Okay. And I've got this on maximum sensitivity.
If you go down too close to the table, you will pick up the screws.
All right, I'll go all the way down the line. Oh, not getting anything. Yeah, there's iron in here. Hear that rapid vibration? Definite iron in there.
Cool.
So if you split that and see if the shank of the nail is square, that means it's an old nail. If it's round, it's more modern.
See what it is.
Gotta keep that separate. Yeah. Bust it open.
Yeah.
It's that piece there, mate.
Oh, it's in that piece of wood?
Yep, it's inside the wood, yeah.
Let's see it, Craig.
It's right in there is where I thought it was.
Here?
Yeah.
Gary? Where is it?
No, that means it's fallen out.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. I would say that
Square.
is, yes, square. That's the end of a square nail. That's fantastic. So you're in the 1700s with this.
Wow.
Just a little piece of iron like this can be a valuable clue.
Oh,
right?
my gosh, I guess.
A square nail, possibly predating the discovery of the money pit? Every such clue not only validates that Craig Tester's drilling program may be zeroing in on the original money pit, but perhaps also something of incredible value.
I was shocked as anyone to find the little piece of nail within the core. And I think we were all shocked.
Square nail. What's the dates?
Any time from Roman days all the way to the late 1700s.
I would say, yeah. Handcrafted.
We nailed it, mate.
Nailed it.
There's a full drayton.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue.
All right.
All it takes is one good find, though. We'll save the best till last.
That does sound different to me, too.
It does.
Just west of the swamp on lot 32, Marty Lagina and Gary Drayton continue their search for important clues.
Gonna have to get the rocks out here.
There you go, mate.
This one could be tough.
Boy, that is just...
Yeah. Can hide, but it can't run.
Let me just get that out of there.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that out.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Been trapped there a while. Look at that. I'm gonna pull it out, mate. What have we got here?
What the hell is
The
that?
size of that. That is one big spike. Look at the size of that.
Looks
I
like
mean,
a
that's
railroad
crazy.
spike, no?
No, it's too. I think it's too big to be a railroad spike. I mean, it's very, very heavy as well. It's like an old wharf pin or something like that. Don't know what the heck it's doing out here.
Well, you know what? We think there's a wharf, and we think it was over there, but we don't really know that. It could have been right here.
More possible evidence of a ship's wharf on lot 32? And in the same area where the team found a potentially ancient cargo bag seal 1 year ago? The burning question then becomes, what happened to the cargo? Could the money pit or the swamp soon provide the answer?
Is it iron?
Yeah, it's iron and more than likely raw iron.
I don't really want to find more spikes on this island. But this particular one is incredibly massive, and it was way deep in the soil. So it's been there a long, long time. We'll put it in the XRF, we'll have Carmen Legg look at it, probably Krista Brousseau, we'll see what they all say.
Okay, mate.
All right.
Dang, that is a big spike.
Later that afternoon,
Hey, Carmen.
Carmen!
Hello. Good to see ya.
How you doing today?
Good.
Like that sound, like that smell.
Marty and Alex Lagina, along with Jack Begley, have traveled some 50 miles north to Northville Farm in Centerville, Nova Scotia, to meet with blacksmithing expert Carmen Legg.
Carmen, we have some more of our treasures that we need identified here.
Oh, wonderful. I love looking at them.
It was found on lot 32 by my dad.
I find almost nothing, so I'm really quite proud of this.
You found this one.
Lot 32 is on the south side of the island, close to the swamp, near where we think there may have been an old wharf.
Well, this is a typical rock stake. This one was used repeatedly. You can see how the head is very well mushroomed. They would be anchored into rock, and then knock it out and continue on down the line. You could also anchor it into rock, pull a ship ashore. You could pull a ship offshore. Oh, yes.
You anchor your boat out in the ocean. You bring your heavy stuff to shore, then you move it with that.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Or you drag stuff ashore with this.
How far away was it from the bag seal?
Not very far. I'd say maybe 50 feet.
Well, it makes it kind of plausible then that that was used for hauling.
A lot of the rock stakes and wedges like this were seen a lot used from 1710 to 1740.
A ship's anchor spike? Perhaps used in the unloading of cargo? And dating between 1710 and 1740? If so, could it help identify just who may have been behind the Oak Island mystery?
What's really interesting is it appears to be a ship's log of the French fleet that was coming over in 1746 to take back Acadia.
3 years ago, Doug Kroll discovered a ship's log dating back to 1746 in the Nova Scotia archives. It recounted a failed French expedition to reclaim Nova Scotia from the British that was led by the Duc d'Envie, a nobleman from southern France, whose family lineage could be traced back to the Order of the Knights Templar.
They're actually talking about the vast amount of treasure they have on board.
But what made the ship's log compelling to the Oak Island team was that it reported a secondary mission to hide a vast treasure on a wooded island.
The wind dying down, we anchored for the night. The great quantity of treasure on this vessel makes it unwise to jeopardize it in any engagement with the enemy. September 8th, it has been agreed that a deep pit be dug and treasure securely buried. The pit to have a secret entrance by a tunnel from the shore.
The Duc d'Anville theory certainly fits with these tools. So, made in 1740, used in 1746 is entirely possible.
Could this spike, found in the same area as the potentially ancient cargo bag seal, be connected to an 18th century French mission to bury treasure? And if so, could these finds also help explain the mysterious tunnel that the team encountered 1 day ago in the Money Pit?
That's a good data point then.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right, Carmen.
Good stuff.
We're going home with some answers.
Very good. All right.
We'll be back.